everyone, I'm Chris from We Will Rock You project, and today we're going to be looking at musical instruments, mainly percussion instruments, and in the percussion family we're going to start with the drum kit. So, the drum kit, used for various styles of music. It involves using both hands, your feet. So it takes a lot of coordination and independence. I'm just going to talk you through the drum kit so we know all the different parts and understanding the difference in the pitches, what we're doing with our feet. So let's start with our right foot. So down here I've got a pedal, and when I press the pedal it hits my bass drum. So the deepest sound on the drum kit obviously is the biggest drum. The bigger the drum, the deeper the sound. So the bass drum, you hear that nice deep tone. Our next biggest drum is the floor tom. So the drum which is to the right of me as I'm sat at the drum kit. So the biggest drum here that I can hit with a stick, it's called a floor tom, and it's on the floor. So a nice deep sound there. The next biggest drum is what we call the mid tom, or the middle tom. Not quite as deep as the floor tom, a little bit higher, and then we go higher again to what we call the high tom, the smallest of the toms. Then we have the snare drum. Now, the snare drum, you might have heard one of these in a marching band or in a rock band, and it's got this strange little sound to it. And you can hear that little rattling sound because underneath we have these little metal wires going across. Now that's called the snare. So when I hit the drum, you will notice the wires moving. That's what gives us the sound. Then we've got the metal objects around us, which they're called the cymbals. Now, the cymbals have all got different names. The one to my right, over here, the big one, you might be able to see it on there, it says ride cymbal. And that's used to play sort of patterns. And also in the middle, I've got the bell sound. So depending where I hit it, I can get different sounds. Over to my left, the smaller cymbal here is the crash cymbal. Now if you listen to it, it actually sounds like a crash. Over to my left, these two here, which I can also operate with my left foot. And play together like that, or I can use a stick. It's called a hi-hat, and I can use it open or closed. And when you put it all together, you can put all kinds of things. I'm going to show you in another video how to start learning how to play a rock beat, a basic rock beat, which is just that. Notice my right foot on the one. This bit is what we call the beat. And then every so often, you'll hear a fill-in. is that bit there. So just a quick recap. Bass drum, biggest drum. Floor tom. To my right, the biggest of the tom-toms. Mid-tom, high tom, snare drum, ride cymbal, and crash. You might be able to find on the internet a picture of a drum kit, and maybe you can work right on which parts of the drum kit they are. In the next video, I'm going to be looking at the djembe. Hi everybody, this is what we call the djembe. So the next instrument we're looking at, we've just looked at the drum kit. Now we're looking at the djembe drum. So djembe means everybody gather. And the drum is used a lot in Africa. And lots of groups get together, they all join in, playing together, building up rhythms. So we're just going to have a quick look at the djembe. So it's a conical shape with a hole at the bottom. Now, the hole at the bottom is for letting the sound out. If I block the djembe by putting it on the floor, it doesn't sound right. So you have to lift it up so that you get that nice, clear sound out of it. When you're playing the djembe, there's lots of different positions you can move your hands in to get different sounds. Now if I hit in the middle, I get a deeper sound. So that's our bass sound. If I move to the edge, here, I get a sort of slap mid sound. By hitting the edge of the drum, relaxing my hands, then the fingers hit the drum. And I can also get a higher sound by using my fingertips right at the edge. I can also dampen it by putting one hand on and playing, and alternating between the two. I can get lots of different sounds out of the drum. Maybe practice by using the single stroke exercise, by just going right, left, right, left, and gradually getting fast. Now if I move my hands whilst doing the single stroke, I get a different, more interesting pattern. So practicing your single stroke rolls, and also practicing your doubles on it. Okay, right, left, left. Now, obviously, most of us don't have a djembe at home, so just use your knees. Back to the old exercises. In our next bit, we're going to be looking at the dhol. Hi, me again. So now we're going to be looking at the dhol, or the dhol. D-O-H-L. The dhol comes from India, from northern India, from Punjab region, and it was used by farmers, village people for festivals, carnivals, weddings, and you'll see them a lot at weddings. So the drum has got two sides. This side is calf skin, and that's the lower sound. And then on this side, we've got a plastic skin, which is on my right side. and that's the high sound. So, what I want you to practice for this instrument is using your right hand on your right knee and getting a skipping motion. So we're going 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So on the drum, it sounds like this. Now, the tricky bit is putting the two together. So, on your left hand, on your left knee, you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your left hand is doing the bass sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you put them together, this is when it gets really quite tricky. It goes like this. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. On the drum, it sounds like this. Okay, now obviously we can add more in with our left hand, so the bass sound, and we can get sounds like this. So there's a typical Indian rhythm that we play on the dhol. One thing I forgot to mention is the sticks. If you look at the sticks, I've got two different sticks. This one in my right hand for playing a high-pitched sound is a plastic stick, or can sometimes be sort of thin wooden stick. This is called a tilly. And this stick for doing the bass end, which you've got to be very careful we don't use that end and split the skin. This stick's called a dagger. And that's for doing the bass end. It gives us a nice deep tone out of the drum. Thanks for watching.